Inside the untold story of 90s model Krissy Taylor's death at 17, key details revealed. The teenage model's death in 1995 made national headlines. In the late 80s and early 90s, you couldn't flip a teen magazine without seeing photographs of supermodel Niki Taylor, who began her start modeling at age 13. In 1990, her younger sister Krissy Taylor followed in her footsteps, and at the time, the blonde, leggy twins from Pembroke Pines, Florida, were in constant demand for brands like L'Oreal. Then, on July 2nd, 1995, everything sadly came to an end when Niki found Krissy, just 17, motionless and lying face down outside the front door of their parent home in the early hours of the morning. Niki, who was 20 at the time, instantly contacted 911. She's not breathing. She has bruises on her face and she's cold. Niki hurriedly informed the operator. Their dad, Ken, did CPR, anxiously trying to rescue his daughter. Her chest is not rising. Nothing is happening. We need somebody here now. Niki told the operator. CPR was resumed as the young model was brought to Memorial Hospital West, where at 5:39 a.m. she was pronounced dead. A shocking loss. The news of Krissy's death startled the world, and especially those who knew her. She was a famous model, certainly, but by all accounts, she was also just a low-key kid who had gone to her last prom and spent her free time roller skating, jet skiing, and line dancing with her besties, who dubbed themselves the Redneck Girls. She rejected down employment overseas, and she never traveled without a chaperone. Her parents, Barbara and Ken, would constantly join her on shoots and make sure the outfit wasn't too exposing. I know Barbara has been chastised for being a stage mom, the editor of 17 told people at the time. But to me, this was the way the family proved they loved and cared about the daughters. What happened? Following Krissy's strange death and in the lack of toxicology findings, stories flew swiftly. In New York, fashion insiders theorized privately that, in the hours before she died, she might have been taking primatene mist, a non-prescription asthma medication, to acquire an over-the-counter high. Others wondered whether she had coped with stress by abusing drink or drugs, and whether her parents, Barbara, 48, and Ken, 54, had forced her into a life before the cameras. But close friends insisted she didn't even drink. She was the most normal, down-to-earth person you can imagine, neighbor Jennifer Strom, 17, told people at the time. Her favorite thing was baking chocolate chip cookies with her mom and watching Grease. Added Krissy's best friend, Melissa Bucci. If you had something unpleasant to say about Kristen, you didn't know her. Rumors of an eating disorder were also common, but that too was disputed by those who knew her well, with her circle maintaining she was comfortable with her physique and that she had a healthy relationship with food. As for her ambitions for the future, she wasn't interested in modeling for the long run. She wanted to be a housewife, acquaintances told people. The final findings police eventually ruled out foul play after a July 3rd postmortem report, which indicated that the bruises occurred from Krissy's fall, said there was no evidence of natural disease or serious injury. According to her physician, Dr. William Bruno, Kristen was not a sick person. Later, press headlines would focus on the primatene, a prescription containing an adrenaline-like substance that stimulates the heart as well as the lungs. According to producer Whitehall Robbins Healthcare, which tested inhalers from the same batch as Krissy's and found no impurities, primatene has been suspected as a factor in only 3 deaths since the 1970s, a company spokesperson, Carol Dornbush, told people. After further testing, it was determined that Krissy's cause of death was from a rare and undetected cardiac ailment termed arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia, ARVD. According to the Cleveland Clinic, the condition ARVD is a rare hereditary illness that affects your heart when fat or fibrous tissue replaces damaged heart muscle in your right ventricle. That heart chamber stretches out, becomes thin, and contracts inadequately. As a result, the heart can't pump blood as well. This makes it hard to breathe and may make you faint or feel your heart flutter. It affects between 1 in 2,000 to 1 in 5,000 people and typically goes unnoticed. It can run in families, but not usually. This disease is the reason some young athletes have abrupt cardiac arrest. Nearly 2 decades after Krissy's death, Niki reflected on the tremendous impact of losing her sister during an interview with Oprah Winfrey. The biggest tragedy and loss in my life was losing my little sister. She remarked in 2014. We were extremely close. We worked together. We did everything together. I miss her very much.